Isaiah 61:3 says, "To all who mourn in Zion, he will give a crown of beauty for ashes." And beauty for ashes is just what I've experienced. You see, I'm a lifer. When I was first incarcerated, I didn't think my life sentence even mattered. I'd already lost my children. My daughter was adopted out, and my son was with his father in Ohio. I thought my family and I were better off with me being just where I was. I had no hope or desire for anything better. I was content with my life as it was. Sad, but true. I just didn't care. I believed I had lost all I could lose, so I spent my time fighting and breaking the rules, which consequently landed me in segregation. My last encounter with the segregation unit rocked my world. After getting into yet another altercation for bad choices I had willingly made in my life, I was looking at long-term confinement. In April of 2008, I started my 6-month confinement. And on May 29th, my mental health counselor and a lieutenant came to inform me that my 12-year-old son had passed away 2 days earlier. You bet I was angry. It took him 2 days to tell me, but much more than that, I felt indescribable pain. As I lay in my cell, in shock and despair, staring at a cold steel door, I had a vision of my son's silhouette with a crown upon his head. And at that moment, I knew he was safe with Jesus. And suddenly I did. I did want more from life, and I did want more from death. I wanted to one day be reunited with my son, and that meant that I needed to change. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't just wake up the next morning a new woman. It took a while. Okay, a long while. And I'm still a work in progress. But I gave my life back to God in that segregation cell, and subsequently, I was allowed to speak to my daughter for the first time in years. God restored our relationship. Beauty from ashes. When I was finally released from segregation in October, I went back to church services, and I'm a devout Catholic, and my faith is the core of who I am as a person. I've been incarcerated for 15 years. The first 5 were really rocky, but opportunities came and I took them. And now I have the chance to spend my time working, taking classes, and my favorite, training dogs. I work at Cornhusker Industries, which is a sewing factory here. I serve as payroll clerk, lead operator, and mechanic, which are all skills that I've learned during the course of my incarceration. I also lead a faith-based support group here called Water Walkers. It was created by inmates. It meets once a month, and it gives us someplace safe to talk about our joys and our problems, and it helps us to learn to work through them in a healthy manner. All the programs I participate in have been a crucial part of the changes I've made as an individual. And without the programs that have been implemented here in recent years, these changes would not have been possible. Classes geared towards self-empowerment have made me strive to be a better human being and individual. They've taught me that it is okay to be a law-abiding, productive member of society. All the difficulties that I experienced here during my first 5 years of incarceration while I was simply being warehoused are now gone from my life. I want more as an individual and as a human being. Working with non-humans in the FETCH program, which I prefer. Females Educating and Training Canine Helpers, sponsored by Domestipups, a nonprofit organization located in Lincoln, Nebraska, has given me a passion for change and for being the change that I want to see in the world. The impact the dogs have made on the dynamics of prison life is amazing. FETCH has shifted the way the institution operates, and it has shifted the atmosphere between inmates and staff. We bond by bonding over the dogs. Michelle O'Day, the founder of Domestipups, had a vision, and it is lived out here. She takes broken individuals, and sometimes dogs discarded by society, and brings them together to make something beautiful. The dogs give me and other women a reason to get out of bed in the morning, a purpose for living, and a reason to stay out of trouble. They've also helped me have control over my emotions and the coping skills that I needed to help manage my mental health. Most importantly, they give me a way to give back to society, to be beneficial to something greater than just myself. The dog program has taught me discipline, empathy, leadership, and communication skills. This program has provided a catalyst for change, much needed change that was here at the Nebraska Correctional Center for Women. There's a sense of pride and accomplishment in the air. We've been given a purpose and have been shown that there are people in the world who genuinely care about our well-being. We now know we have what it takes to succeed at things greater than we could have ever imagined. Domestipups has been kind enough to entrust to us the welfare of living beings. Some of you may say they are just dogs, but not to me. To me, they're living, breathing creatures created by God that I have the privilege to care for, teach, and love, which are qualities that I did not fully possess or appreciate when I was first incarcerated. From the inside looking out, I want to tell you that this is an example of the kind of change the criminal justice system needs. Programs that will give us a sense of worth and at the same time teach us skills that we can utilize upon release. Programs like Fetch and people like Mrs. O'Day show us that everyone has not given up on us as individuals or as human beings. Programs like this will help ensure that we can integrate back into society as caring, compassionate, talented individuals, creating beauty from our ashes. Thank you.